Sometimes it's the subtle references that are the best, especially if you don't notice them the first time round, like I didn't. This one here. There's a moose and a squirrel locked up in a cage. Well played, game. Well played. Welcome back, folks. That's my Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we were able to rescue Herr Delise and the performers from the planar prison. And I don't think they paid us for doing so, though we did get quite a lot of money from defeating the Cambion who was guarding them. Herr Delise then promptly ditched his fellow performers and offered his services to us as an adventurer, where we promptly told him no, we don't need him, and even if we did need him, we couldn't take him in our party because we have a maximum of 6. In addition, he's not the right alignment for our group, so he's going to hang around in Athkatla forever, waiting for us to come along and say, hey, we finally need you. That's never going to happen. We don't have too many more quests that we can do before we're going to go to Chapter 3. We still have Nearest Quest, we still have a few things with the Da'ani's Hold, and we have Watcher's Keep that we can start to check out. And we also have the quest from the Limited Wish. There's a reason why I bought this spell that may not at first seem that useful. There is a quest hidden behind this, provided that the caster has at least 10 wisdom, and of course you can afford it and cast it. So Edwin, use your magic to conjure up adventure! Hello. I am the channel through which your wish shall be fulfilled. You may ask for a wish I can repeat, or you may ask for a wish that will happen once only. Decide. A one-time wish. Choose wisely then, as I can perform each of these tasks once and once only. I wish for an adventure like none I've ever experienced before. Soon you will have your quest, my master. You cast the spell and for a moment nothing happens. Something bumps your leg then, and you look down, surprised to find a corked glass bottle with a note inside. You uncork the bottle and take the note.
Any lower? Evidently so.
Why are you dissatisfied with this, Edwin? You're the one who cast the spell. Why can't we take quests from random bottles that appear due to magic? Let's see what that note has to say. Vittorio, you drunken goit, give me back the gong or face the wrath of the mercenaries of Reitavin. We shall remain at Delasar's Inn until you get it back, weasel, scum, drunken lout, Captain Dennis. Seems like we have to go to Delasar's Inn. Unfortunately, we know exactly where that is. That is in the Bridge District. We've been going there quite a lot recently, but this may be the last time that we go. Apart from finishing the quest, of course, and there's the other note that I left on the ground. Athkatla is really becoming a place where we just dump everything that we don't want. To be fair, we can just dump anything wherever we like and nobody's ever really going to comment. There are quite a few games that let you do that. Ultima 8 is one of them. My, did I leave a lot of things in that game. Let's go to the Bridge District. We are bound. And even though we're emerging in a way that would make us appear on the southern edge of this map, which would be very handy, we're going to appear on the northern side. I don't know how we do that. Do we literally decide that we're going to walk all the way around? Either way, we're going to have to travel over to the inn, a place we've never been to yet. It's this building here. And we're already practically there. We really do move so much faster with those boots. I really should think about removing those boots when I want Terry to stay with the rest of the group. I don't want her to run into encounters that will totally destroy her because she's by herself. But then again, she is rather strong. Then again, she will be by herself. If we go over here, there'll be an NPC that wasn't there before. Vittorio. Let's go have a word.
Aye, you there, my lady. It looks like the sword can handle your weapons, eh?
I can use my weapons just fine. Why do you ask? I be in some need of assistance, milady. There be a fellow within Delasar's inn there, Dennis. He owes me a good deal of coin and refuses to pay. He promised to pay off me bar tab, he did, in exchange for some lessons on the gong. Well, I teached him, I did, and now he refuses to pay me tab. Gong lessons? Are you serious? The gong be a fine instrument, and it be used in many a rite here in the city of Coin, milady. We honours all the gods for business deals we does, and besides, he sounds pleasant. I can't argue with that. A well-played gong can indeed be melodious. Why don't you handle this yourself? I'm no debt collector. Well, I'd be kicked out of Delasar's for not having my tab paid. Dennis be a big fellow with big friends. I need some muscle behind me if I'm to go within. And what would I get in return for doing this? I'll be a poor, poor man, milady. I have almost nothing to offer ye. I beg ye to help a destitute teacher find some justice. We're not being promised any reward, but Edwin did want an adventure like no other, so we're going to stick with this. Who knows? It might get very silly before the quest is done. Oh, it's probably going to get quite silly. Very well, I'll help you out. Ah, you're a fine and noble girl, ye are. Come, follow me inside of Delasar's and let's have a little talk with Dennis, I do believe he's on the second floor. Are you insane? Now we lower ourselves to becoming enforcers. Bah! My knowledge is not best used collecting the debts of others for free. Indeed, you prefer to collect them for money, wouldn't you? But this is the quest that you wished for, so we're going to be sticking with it, Edwin, regardless of how many second thoughts you have. Let's go in and meet Dennis.
What are you doing here, you drunken lout? I thought you were well enough banned from this place. Oi, Dennis, you mealy-faced sucker suet. You owes me the coin for me bar tab. Pay up, or you'll surely face the consequences. Don't threaten me, you sorry excuse for a thief. I owe you nothing.
You had your lessons on the gong, Dennis. Pay up now or you're in deep trouble. You've a nerve, drunkard. You took my sweet mother's gong. You stole it and traded it for ale, didn't you? Didn't you? Oh, I'd actually gone and forgotten about that. The plot thickens. I'll just be on me way, then. Hold, you drunken fool. You'll go nowhere until I get that gong. Milady? Some assistance? Did you actually take this man's gong? Well, He did. The gong belonged to my mother. It was her dowry and worth a great deal of coin. This damnable lout here stole it before my lessons were even finished. And he will pay for it dearly if it isn't returned to me. Is there no way that this can be worked out, Dennis? Not unless I get my family's gong back, there isn't. Well, I may be able to help with that. Then I suggest you do it, old man. My lady, would it be too much to ask for you to, find this gong for this gentleman? Why don't you get it yourself? Vittorio is going nowhere until I get my gong. Still, we're not being promised any reward, but the adventure is surely reward enough, right? I imagine the party would not be looking very convinced if Terry said that, so let's just keep that in our head and agree. Very well, I'll try to find it. Where is this gong, Vittorio? I sold it, I did, to a fence by the name of Roger. He has his hideout in the sewers. I don't know where exactly, but it was sold not long ago. He could still have it, he could. We know of this person, and you know what that means, folks? That's right, we're going back to the sewers again. We just keep going back there, don't we? Fine, I'll go see if I can't find this gong of yours. Bless you, my lady. I'll just keep Vittorio here as my company until your return. My thanks for your assistance. Tell me again why we are doing this, Terry. We are going to wander down into the filthy sewers to find a man who has this thing? I say let the drunkard die. We could get a reward for this. So we're going to keep following this rabbit hole down and see where it takes us. Probably to some very silly places indeed. Now I see that the whole party is blocking Terry from moving forward, and that's quite good because it means that the group will roughly arrive here at the same time. So we can quite quickly go to the Temple District. There we go. I was just waiting there just in case we got attacked, but I think we have finally exhausted all of the random encounters that we can get within Athkatla. And this is when another one just appears out of nowhere and absolutely trounces us. Considering how fast Terry moves, it definitely would, unless they can't move very quickly, whereupon we'll just run back to the rest of the team. To be fair, Terry would make a pretty good scout were she invisible. It might be a better idea to have Edwin wear these boots, but Edwin being all by himself would mean that he'd run into every single trap that was there and probably die, so that's not a good idea.
Whatever you decide.
Let's go down and go to where Roger is. I believe Roger is down here.
Nothing to
Let's start our excursion into the sewers once more. And let's hope we don't bump into any goblins. To be fair, finding some goblins would at least give us some reward for doing this quest, as presently we haven't had any. Okay, no enemies so far. So far they're thinking better of facing us, and that's quite wise of them. And here should be... There you are! It's been a long time since we've spoken to you, hasn't it? Hello, Roger.
Ah, I know a discerning eye when I see one.
Ah, always good to see you, mate. What is it exactly that you need? I'm looking for a gong, actually. Eh? A gong? You mean as in an actual gong? Why, Joaquin's arse, I haven't had a gong since that one old Vittorio sold me. Sorry, I can't help you there. That's the particular one I'm looking for. Oh, I see. Well, that gong is no longer in my possession. Seeing as I owe you a wee bit for solving my little beastie problem, I'll be happy to tell you where it is. Oh, I wonder if we hadn't have done that whole thing of killing the sea troll if Roger would have told us to go do that before he helped us out. Nice little thing there. I sold it through an envoy to a troll shaman. Grey, I believe her name to be. Lives in a troll mound near Trade Meet. You can't miss it. So we're off to Trade Meet, eh? That's quite a distance away. I can't imagine she's the type to receive visitors, and I believe the mound to be guarded by trolls aplenty. But if you want it, that's where it'd be. Aye, great! Blasted bloody wonderful! Aye, let's take on bloody trolls to get this gong, for no reward, mind ye! I say we go back to yon tavern and kick his bloody ass! It's starting to seem more and more likely that we're not going to get a reward. But the reward of hearing all of our party get really disgruntled for not getting any reward for doing this is a reward on its own. The party is being attacked by kobolds, which is not a sensible thing for the kobolds to do. We'll just deal with them. This'll be a good way for Corgan to vent out some of that frustration. And a good way for us to get a tiny bit of reward. I believe somebody took a bit of damage there. Let's see, that's a few points. Oh look, an entangle effect that succeeded really in entangling most of the kobolds. That was not very well thought out, was it? It seems that Dawn doesn't care enough to actually take on these kobolds. That's not very surprising. Mainly because Dawn is a little bit tied up at the moment. Get it? Tied up? Entangle? Never mind. We got 2 magical arrows though. That surely makes it worth it. That does not make it worth it. Let's get out of here and head over to, I believe the Druid Grove is where we need to be, because that's where the troll mound is located. It's been a while since we fought any trolls. I wonder if any of them have reappeared since our last visit there.
You must gather your party before venturing.
That we must. I was expecting to face goblins, but it turned out that kobolds were going to be our opponent. And just like goblins, they were not. Ooh.
I welcome you with outstretched hand.
I would like to congratulate you both on your wedding. I have ne'er seen an odder pair, but your love is both obvious and endearing. Thank you, Sir Knight. I am most fond of Lady Ilana, and I'm pleased that she was able to accept love from a simple gnome such as myself. It was your words, little gnome, that stole my heart. Placing them in Garrick's mouth did naught for me. I love you for it regardless. And just where is that Garrick fellow now? Well, he was playing at a wedding until one of the bridesmaids caught his fancy. A headstrong Calishite lass. He's returning to Calimport with her. If she takes charge of his life, he'll be the better for it. Yes, well, congratulations again. Farewell to you both for now. I shall see you on your return. Thank you, Sir Cadril. I shall see you soon. Ah, a happy end. Looks like Ilana and Sarando are off on their honeymoon. I hope they're happy together.
Whatever
You must
want.
gather your
Let's get
party
out. Oh
before
wait,
venturing
we can't
forth.
get out of
You
here
must
because
gather your party
somebody's
before
decided to
venturing
take
forth.
the long way
You must
around.
gather your party before
Let's
venturing forth.
move
You
everyone
must gather
away
your
so that we
party
don't
before
hear him
venturing
constantly
forth.
say that we must gather our party before venturing forth. We do indeed need to gather our party, but you don't need to tell us that every 5 seconds, game. I think I grasped it the first time. Now that everyone's practically here, let's go. We could pop into the Da'ani's hold along the way, and to be honest, that's probably a smart idea. So let's do so. And let's pause because I don't have this equipped to hex
I
at.
am ready.
Marvellous.
Yes.
Of course.
Let's go in and see just what there is to sort out. There will inevitably be something to sort out. Terry's really excited about this, rushing in at the speed of really fast. I can't say the speed of light because light is extremely quick. Or the speed of sound. That's also really quick. But if Terry can make sonic booms by charging into combat, would that count as sonic damage? A question to ponder. Let's go in.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I'm sure there'll be something for us to sort out because it's been a while since we were last here. We're going to save before we do, just in case I inadvertently mess everything up. Chances are that's not going to be the case, but it could happen. Hello.
Greetings, Your Grace.
Is there something I can do for you? Is there nobody here to see me? No, my lady. I've dealt with a few issues of justice and land matters. Minor things, truly, but no one is currently requesting an audience with you. Is there anything else you might need from me? No, nothing at the moment, then. As you wish, my lady. Seems I was a little bit too quick there to, go and get an audience with the Major Domo. There's nothing to sort out. But we can go up here and rest, which is something we'll need to do. We need our limited wish back after all. There we go.
What is
We
it
also
now?
need to get Stone Skin cast again, because that had expired. It does last a very long time, but that long time is not forever.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Can you actually leave from there? I don't think you can. I think you have to get to here. There we go. Now we'll carry on to the Druid Grove. We'll be back here later. I'm sure it won't be too long before we get another quest. I think there's 6 or 7 quests that you can do for this stronghold. I think they all have about 6 or 7. Just wait for everybody else to pop back here. They're not as enthusiastic. I can understand that. This quest has so far been a wild goose chase of going from one place to another for nothing. I wonder if you have a different aligned party generally, if there would be a different reaction. Probably a more favourable one. Or if they'd all just complain. Who can say? To the Grove we go. That took 16 hours. Time
Nothing to it.
to move forward. Also, has Yep, stone skin has expired again. We might need to rest again. And we did.
Go bother
Let's get that
someone
stone
else.
skin going once more. Always a good idea to have it cast before you decide to go anywhere on a long journey, just in case. Now, we want to go this way to
Another
the...
day and more aimless stumbling about.
This isn't aimless, Edwin. We're on a very important quest. We're going to get this gong. You're the one that wished for it. You're the one that wanted this quest, all this excitement. Have all the excitement that you can take. To be fair, you weren't very excited to begin with, so this probably isn't all the excitement you can take. And when we come back, folks, we'll go and get this gong. Hopefully, Grey won't then tell us, "Oh, you've now got to go to the elemental plane of Earth to go and get it." If that happens, we'll just pay someone to make a decent enough replacement and give that to Dennis. I'm sure he won't notice. He'll probably notice. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.